All right, let's go now to Delaware County, Ohio. Back in August of 2022, a man named Matthew Moore was on trial for the murder of his wife, Emily Noble. Her body was discovered 4 months after she was reported missing in the woods. She was hanging from a tree by a USB cord. Prosecutors allege that Moore staged the scene to look like a suicide, but he was the killer. Defense counsel argued that it was possible that Noble had in fact killed herself. And as that back and forth was happening between both sides on the testimony and the evidence, this trial was notable for one particular outburst, one particular moment from the prosecutor. You see, Mark Sleeper and Melissa Schiffel were acting as prosecutors for the state. And on the 7th day of trial, the judge, Stephen Wolliver, wanted to move forward with the proceedings, despite the fact that Schiffel wasn't there in the courtroom. Now, according to Sleeper, the court was informed 2 weeks earlier that Schiffel wouldn't be in attendance due to a scheduling issue. Well, Mr. Sleeper let the judge know that he wasn't going to just let this happen.
I'm sorry, but I would object to going forward anyway right now without the elected county prosecutor who's on this case.
But she chose not to be here.
That's not accurate, Judge.
Okay, okay, your objection's noted.
We had a phone status conference 2 weeks ago in which Ms. Schiffel...
Your objection is noted. Okay?
I'm not going to participate in this proceeding without the elected county prosecutor. I think this is a sham that you're going forward. When the court was...
You're going to sit here. You're going to sit here.
You were told about her unavailability and specifically told her on the phone not to cancel that appointment, that it wouldn't be a problem.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to be here for the decision, that's your business.
Well, Your Honor, I think this is outrageous. You're going forward without the prosecutor.
And he straight up left the courtroom, turned his back on the judge and everything. Pretty brazen. I don't think I've seen that too often. And by the way, an attorney getting away with it. No repercussions for Sleeper as far as I saw. Now, without having had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Sleeper, who knows what really happened here. But I do know that this case wasn't the best for the prosecution because the jury, in the end, sided with the defense. That's right. Matthew Moore was acquitted of the murder of his wife, Emily Noble, and he was free to go. So I did title this episode Heated Moments Between a Judge and an Attorney. But can I be a little clever? Can I take a little poetic license with that? How about blow-ups between a judge and a guy who represented himself and acted as his own counsel? So he might not be an attorney per se, as clearly demonstrated at this trial, but how could I talk about this topic without bringing up Darrell Brooks Jr.? The man who went to trial out in Waukesha, Wisconsin. He was charged with 76 criminal counts for driving a red SUV into a group of holiday parade goers back in November of 2021, killing 6 people, injuring dozens of others. And at one point, he decided that he's going to represent himself. It was bizarre, from the arguments he was making to his outbursts that got him kicked out of the courtroom.
This court ordered Mr. Brooks be removed from the courtroom due to repeated interruptions and disruption with the court. He took his shirt off as well. I'm also told that he is threatening to throw and break items.
However, when he was in court and face-to-face with Judge Jennifer Darrow, that is when the fireworks happened.
It threw people off a loop. They weren't ready for it. They scared of it. That's what it is. Come on, man.
Mr. Brooks.
Come on, man. Stop.
When you
Stop
aren't
Stop
even
it. You're a
letting
public
me ask
servant,
the
Your Honor.
question.
I respect your courtroom. I respect you. You're a public servant, though. Your job is to be the referee. I'm a grown man with grown kids. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that. Nobody. I don't have a problem with doing what you ask me to do, not tell me. Just like when I asked you about subject matter jurisdiction that you have yet to prove on the record. But somehow I'm being intentionally disruptive. Come on, man. Stop. Just stop it. I don't care what you believe fully.
All right.
It's not a game. I don't take this as a game. That's what nobody you don't gotta explain nothing to me. That's what you don't understand. You think that this is a whole game to me. This is not a game to me, Your Honor. Nothing about this is a joke. That's what y'all don't understand.
I would like to provide the defendant and the court with a copy.
So that had to be said. So it's the defendant.
That's not how it was said.
That was how it said. You want to run the record back?
Mr. Brooks.
So I'm the only one. I got one
Brooks,
ear that work, and I heard that.
This is to benefit you so that
No, it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none of
your
this to benefit me,
witness
so let's
has
be clear
a prior
about that.
record.
Your Honor, when I leave the table, I'm away from the courtroom and I have to elevate my voice. This is the
So she had to
alleged
elevate her
record
voice
of Abel
just for that.
Stop talking.
Come on, man. Like, I don't know who y'all be thinking y'all fooling. I accept the value in return for value this document.
One more interruption and you're going to be removed to the next courtroom.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I want to do. Do not interrupt Attorney Opera.
So can
Your
you
Honor,
tell,
I
can you
believe he
explain-
has 7 prior criminal convictions via OWI second criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared.
Never, never have I seen an attorney, doing quotes for all of our listeners, an attorney act so disrespectfully to a judge. It was just insane to watch this go down. But Judge Darrow was able to keep this trial from completely derailing. And I should tell you, a lot of this went down outside the presence of the jury. They weren't in the court to see what Brooks was doing a lot of the time. But it didn't change the fact that Brooks was still making these nonsensical legal arguments in court and really didn't help his case, because in the end, he was convicted across the board and sentenced to 6 life sentences plus over 700 years in prison.